get started, you want to match all the ends of your cords and then run them through your fingers to find the centre. And once you've got the centre, you want to tie a knot to create a loop. So next you can take your board and then clip the loop to the top of your board. Next you want to take your wooden bead, and I'm starting with the larger one first. And then you want to get your jewellery wire, just a little bit of scrap jewellery wire will be fine, and then just fold it in half. And then take the folded end and put it through your bead. You can thread that through your bead and then thread your cords through the end of the jewellery wire, and this will help you pull the cords through a lot more easily. So I've done 2 cords to start with, and I'm going to take the other cords and I'm just going to do the same thing again. If your cords are quite thick, it might help if you just do it in 2 lots like I'm doing, because I don't think it would take 4 doubled up cords through the centre. And once you've got all your cords attached, you can push your bead up to the top of your necklace. And next I'm going to take 2 of the cords and a smaller bead. I'm going to do the same thing again, just threading the wire through the bead, and then threading the 2 cords through the fold in the jewellery wire. Then you can just pull this through your bead, and it can be a little bit tricky if the hole's not very big, but it makes it a lot easier than trying to thread it through without anything to help. So once you've got the cords through the centre of the bead, you can push it up again next to the other bead. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap here, I don't want it to be too tight. Now that's done, I'm going to move on to my next large bead. I'm just going to alternate large beads and small beads as I go along. So I'm going to repeat the first step, thread the wire through the bead, and then thread the cords through 2 at a time. Once I've done the first 2, I can do the second 2. And I'm going to repeat these steps until I've got the necklace as long as I want it. I'm pushing the last bead into place. I'm going to do a knot over all the cords to keep everything in place. And once you've done that, you can remove the necklace from the board. And you can trim your tail ends. So I'm going to take 2 of the tail ends and then tie a knot at the end. and then repeat with the other tail ends. So once you've finished, it should look something like this, and the necklace will look like this. So now you can take the loop on one of your tail ends and thread the tail ends through the loop. And then you can use these to tie on your necklace. And that is your completed necklace.